Hello, it's Phil here in the Digital DJ Tips studio, and this is our Tuesday Tips Live. It's amazing it's come around so quickly. I'm actually just back from the BPM Pro DJ show, which is in Birmingham in England, and I was lucky enough to interview loads of great people. I interviewed Jazzy Jeff from well, you don't need an introduction to Jazzy Jeff, I'm sure. I also interviewed Kissy Sell Out, and actually Kissy Sell Out, you might not have heard of him, but he's a big DJ in the UK, and Kissy is he was on Radio 1, and he's a really nice guy, and it was disarmingly lovely to interview him. He has some great things to say about just about success, really. He's one of the most modest and almost kind of like lacking in self-confidence, I don't mean that to sound bad, DJs I've ever met. Really eager to please, really grateful for where he's got to. Now, this guy's had a 5-year stint on Radio 1, on the biggest DJ pop music channel in the UK, and known worldwide, of course. Pete Tong's, of course, had a show on Radio 1 for a long time. Kissy needs to do nothing to prove himself, and yet here he was, humble and really wanting to share. Now, that video interview I did with him is going to be on Digital DJ Tips within 2 or 3 days of now. We're just getting everything from the show off our cameras and onto the site. But there was one tip he shared with me that I really want to share with you now, which it's just stuck in my head ever since he said it, and I think it's such a lovely piece of advice. He said, whatever it is that you're passionate about, whatever it is that you love, whatever it is that you find yourself doing a lot, whether it's, he was saying, whether it's playing Minecraft or making tunes of a certain type or DJing or whatever it is, whatever the thing is that you're passionate about, that makes you happy and that you love doing, you must not only do it, but carry on doing it, even if no one else cares. If your friends don't care, everyone's like, now we're off doing something else, you must stick with it. Because he said, one thing that they never tell you at school is that if you really love something and you stick at it and practice hard enough for long enough, you're probably going to be better than the people who are already being paid to do whatever that thing is. And at that point, you make yourself a professional. There's always room at the top for people who are good enough, and the only way you get there is practicing. And you're not going to get everyone else to come along for the ride. You are carving yourself out a niche. You're doing something different. And to do something different, you have to go alone. You have to accept that it's all right to go alone, that you're not going to drag people along with you. And that's the only way to get success. And they don't teach you that at school. And it really stuck in my head, and I think he's right. Some people find that easy. Some people find that really hard, to just stick at it and be stubborn. But if you want success and you really want something to happen, of course we're DJs and we're DJ producers, so that's our thing, then you must stick at it, and stick at it through thick and thin, and have faith in yourself, because people aren't going to come along for the ride until you've made it. So at that point, you've earned it. So I just thought that was a great piece of advice, and I wanted that to be my Tuesday tip live for you today from Digital DJ Tips HQ. So share below. Let us know something you stuck at. Let us know how it feels to be on your own, ploughing away at something, and whether it's worked for you or not. And share your experiences along those lines as well. I'd love to hear them. As always, I just want to give a few shout outs before we say goodbye. I want to say hi to Faye and Jonas and Alan and Phil, and to Cody and Abru and to Herson, and to Daniel and to Douglas. Lots of you saying, yeah, lovely. Passion is everything. Hi to Joseph and Jason. James, he said, I saw you at BPM. It was lovely to see you there as well, James. And Phil Worrell, who some of you will know from some of our Facebook presences, says, Phil, you are living proof of that yourself. So thank you for that. Vijay says, Kissy is... his Pioneer DJ set is really awesome. He's a really humble guy. He does 4 decks, and he does a lot of stuff. He's very high energy. Yeah, so that's my tip. I'm not going to wrap it anymore. I'm going to leave you there. Let us know what you think underneath, and I'll see you next week for another Tuesday Tip Live from here in Gibraltar in Digital DJ Tips HQ. Word.